South Wales. This is your weather forecast for Sunday, the 5th of July. So most of the state is calm without a lot of rain on the horizon this week, as we can see in our Sunday to Sunday total rainfall potential. But it is the east coast that is likely to see multiple days of some light to moderate rainfall, totaling between 25 and 50 mils, more likely on that 25 end. So let's dive into why that is. So starting off with our rain and wind, we've got rain on the left, wind on the right. You can see if I zoom out here, we have a nice high pressure system that sits and stays down in the southeast, delivering strong onshore southeasterly winds. So they're going to be cooler winds, and they're also relatively strong as they bring a bit of moisture as well from that cutoff low that moved over the southeast last week. So winds are moderate sort of for the rest of the state, but on these coastal areas, 40 to 63 kilometers an hour. But as we go through multiple days, I just wanted to show you that it just sort of stays doing its thing. So that's kind of the wind story for the week. There will be strong wind marine warnings for most of the week there as well. Let's look at the rainfall side though, because this is also quite consistent. We've got anywhere between sort of 1 and maybe 10 mils along this east coast most days. So this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday we get something a bit more centered action around the Sydney region. Saturday, potential showers for the interior of New South Wales as a front moves through, and then Sunday, more potential showers through the interior as a cutoff low and front moves through. So really the story here for rainfall is that the east coast is getting rainfall from like Monday to Thursday or Friday, and then the interior Saturday, Sunday is getting some rainfall, but it should all be relatively light and moderate. Let's have a quick look at temperatures, because you are at high risk of frost if you're down in the south of New South Wales. So we're getting to between -5 and 0 degrees in some small areas, but over this whole southern region, 0 to 5 degrees. So that's a chance of frost for multiple days as that high sits over, allowing radiative cooling overnight. So frost risk down the south, but up in the north, it's relatively warm, lows of about, 10 to 15 degrees even in some regions. So frost risk is not hitting New South Wales as much as it is in Victoria, which you might be hearing reported in the news this week. Let's have a look at Newcastle. I've just picked this as our station this week because it's getting that easterly onshore rainfall, and you can see it's consistent most days, 3 mils, 6 mils, 6 mils, 8 mils, 3 mils, and then it clears up on the weekend, but that rain will then fall in the interior. Let's have a look at the confidence. Let's go on Thursday just to see the spread. Cool. What I want you to note here is that pretty much all the models are showing this light drizzly showers. So whether it will accumulate with, 2 mils or 10 mils, it's, just depends on where it falls. But what we're looking at is a week of just consistent light pitter patter if you're on the coasts. All right, that's it for New South Wales. So still calm interior, rainfall with potential surf risk, wind warnings along the east coast, and potential frost down in the south. Actually, quite likely frost down in the south. Have a good week, and we will see you next time.